Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. Come and join me. I'm so glad you're with me. Just say hello. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know that you can hear me, and we will get right to it. How are you, Linda? Good to see you. Lori, how are you? Pam, yeah, Miami. It's much warmer there. We're digging out from the snow here. Anyway, great to see you. Hi, Maria. Good to see you. Hi, everybody. Hey, Vicky. So great to see you guys. Come on in. And I want to get right to it. Before we dig right into things that I've discovered that absolutely will increase your sales up to 30% and some sellers even higher. A couple of things I wanted to discuss with you quickly. One is, because there's been a lot of confusion about the free return policy that's coming up as of June 1st. And I have been messaging back and forth with eBay for Business, which, if you don't know, if you go to the Facebook page for eBay for Business, not eBay, eBay for Business, which is eBay's outreach for sellers, you can click message and you contact eBay customer service in the United States, and they're very, very good. Anyway, for whatever reason, I had to message back and forth at least 6 times. I kept asking. I wasn't getting a clear answer. I kept asking. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm very persistent. And sometimes there is communication. You know, you're not understanding each other. And the reason I use that is I always want my answers in writing so that I can see it. And if you haven't communicated with eBay for Business, they always sign their name so you know who you're speaking to. So again, if there's any further clarification you need in the future, you can say, you know, Kathy spoke with me, Linda spoke with me, and you can actually copy and paste the comment. So I like that, because sometimes when you talk to people on the phone, there can be you can mishear each other. So anyway, message back and forth. So if you're not aware of it, from the spring seller update, we are going to have 5 return policies that we can use as of June 1st. This is not in effect yet, okay? The first one being no returns. And because we are talking about increasing your sales, I encourage you, particularly newer sellers, to not do no returns. Now, certain categories, I understand no returns, like currency, sometimes with a custom product. But if you offer no returns and it is an item that other people are selling too, okay? So let's say it's my pen and there's 5 other sellers selling the pen and I'm doing no returns and they are doing returns, guess who's going to get the sale? So no returns can absolutely be a sales killer. Then the next one that is acceptable is 30-day buyer pays return shipping. And I think that's the one that most sellers are using right now. I know that's what I use. So that will still be available. So yay. The next one is 60-day buyer pays return shipping. Now, if you're in a very competitive category, let's say there's 3,000 people selling these pens and everybody's doing 30-day free return, you might take a look at doing 60-day free return. It's a way to stand out when you're in a big crowded category or crowded, items. So consider that. Is if it's a category like my pens, and I never get returns in this category, look at doing 60-day buyer pays return shipping. Why not? It's a way to stand out. It's a way to get more sales because they look at the 30-day, they look at the 60-day. I don't know about you, but if everything's pretty even, I'm going to go with the 60-day. So that's our 3rd return policy we can use. Then there's 30-day free returns where the seller's going to pay returns. And for top-rated sellers that want a top-rated plus discount, they're going to need to offer that as of June 1st. It is not the rule now, and I'm hearing a lot of people getting whatever about that. It's not till June 1st, okay? So just hang tight on that. And then 60-day free returns. I'm going, oh boy. Now, the question came up about international shipping, and that's what I want to speak about first off. So, and this is after many messages with eBay for Business, is Right now, let me date this video so if people are watching it later on, they don't go, oh, well, Kathy said March 22nd, 2018. Right now, if you ship internationally, okay, and I will talk about global shipping in a minute, so hang tight. If you ship internationally and offer free returns, yes, you're liable for free returns. Okay, same thing with the 60-day. That will be changing, okay? So look for, I was told mid-May, you know, put it this way, before June 1st, but I was told probably mid-May, we will have the capability to have one return policy for international. And I'm a US seller, so I'm speaking for US sellers. If you're listening to this and you're UK or you're Australia, look at what the rules are for your site. But for US, sometime mid-May, late May, we will be able to offer international return policy, domestic return policy. To get the discount for top-rated sellers, you will need to offer free returns for US, not international, okay? Because I'm hearing some people saying otherwise, just US, okay? Or if you want to do 60-day free returns. Global shipping, people, and this is the one that took me like 6 messages. I was like, please answer my question, is, yes, the way it is now, if you offer free returns before we're able to customize, you are liable for the return. Now, what I was told was the custom duties, because they are collected by eBay, that would be their responsibility to remit that or deal with that with the shopper. But we would be liable for the return. Now, all of that being said, full disclosure, I've been doing free returns on, I'm going to guess maybe 30, 40 items since about October. And I ship internationally. I have not had one come back internationally. I don't even think I've had one come back US. But I have not had one come back internationally. And I have had free returns on that. So I just want to let you know that. Your situation, you need to look at the weight of your item, what the cost would be, what the profit margin are. If you are nervous in any way about any of this, I encourage you, just hang tight, wait till we can do the 2 different policies, and then perhaps do the free return. If you only ship US, if you are in categories where you get no returns, you really have no reason not to do free returns now. Again, for people that ship only US, or if you're non-US and you're only shipping, you know, within your continent or your country, really take a look at free returns. Right now, we cannot differentiate between domestic and international. That will be changing soon. eBay has heard us. They're aware of it. You guys have to realize this is a multinational, multi-global. I can't even imagine what it's like to run the eBay site, but they are working on it. We will have that capability soon. As soon as I hear we have the capability, I will let you know. So hang on a second. Is 10% discount worth offering paid shipping? You know what, Phyllis? I've been doing free shipping in a bunch of categories. You have to look at what your business is. If you have categories that, for instance, the pens, and I get no returns, I've got no reason not to do free returns in that and get the 10% discount, and then track and see what works for you. All of this is about your business. You have to test it. You have to try it. It's great to listen to everybody, but you know me, I'm very much like, here's the information. You need to choose for yourself. You can listen to everybody. That's great. Ultimately, it's your business. You need to pick for yourself. If you're a little skittish about something, test it. Try it on 10 or 15 items. See what happens. If you're selling high ticket items, if your items are 50, 60, 80 or more, a 10% final value fee discount if you're top rated and your items are formatted for top rated plus, it can absolutely be worth it. I've had months with top rated plus. I'm getting back $50, $60, $80. Look at your invoice. If you're top rated and you've been doing top rated plus, Look, it's on your eBay invoice. You can see it. It'll say top rated plus discount, and it has a dollar amount. Look at how much money. You decide for you, okay? Jerry. Hi, Jerry. I must say I love shopping Amazon Prime as they have free returns. I'm glad eBay's also doing this now. Easier for the buyers. It makes it more confident in your items. Absolutely. And it's a way to stand out. So again, your business, your choices, you test it, you see what works for you. One more, and then I want to keep moving on. Susan says, I state no international free returns in my description. Will eBay enforce my policy? Contact eBay for business. My best understanding now is that if you offer free returns, that you are taking free anything back, that we do not have the ability to differentiate between the two right now. And I'm saying that as of March 22nd. Diana, and then I'm going to keep moving, you guys. I don't get many returns. I like 2 since 212. I want your business, Diana. My items cost enough to ship that I would rather refund but not have the item returned. We'll be able to review the seller return. Refund costs only, not have the item sent back and still qualify as free returns. Yes, Diana, what you need to do is go into your site preferences and you need to look at returns, because you can automate things on returns, which is if they go to trigger a return, that certain things are automatically refunded for free. Only you know what your rules are. Your shoppers will not know what your rules are. Okay? Great questions, you guys. So what I want to talk about is how to increase your business up to 30%. And the reason I preamble this with all the information about free returns is it is international shipping. And the more places you ship to internationally, the better. Now, when I first started selling, which was over 10 years ago, international shipping was in very, very different circumstances than it is now. It has changed dramatically. First of all, we have what's called eDelcon tracking, which is delivery confirmation from many, 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 many countries, which we didn't used to have. It was pretty much just Canada way back when. And I used to ship a lot to Canada because I was like, yay. But now it's many, many, many countries. If you want to look at this information, all you have to do is Google the letter E, and then Delcon, DELCON tracking. It's on the USPS website. But there are many, 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 many countries right now that if you ship yourself international, which is often the best case for lighter items, and lighter items being under 4 pounds, it's much better off for you to ship yourself because it's going to be cheaper for your buyer. For instance, eDelcon countries include Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Croatia, Cyprus, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Gibraltar, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Greece, Hong Kong, Hungary. It's a nice long list. I printed it out. So they all have delivery confirmation. If you are nervous and only want to ship to countries with eDelcon tracking, what you do is you go to My Account, which on your eBay page, so you're logged into eBay, the upper left-hand corner, it says hi with your name. Right underneath that is a little tab that says My Account. Click it, and you land on Site Preferences is what you're looking for. In there, under Shipping, you can exclude countries. So you can go in there and exclude countries that don't have eDelcon tracking. If you are very new to international shipping and you're like, Kathy, this is too much for me, I really encourage you to at least ship to Canada. Canada and Mexico, just for you to know, are among the top 2 countries for eBay US sellers, but particularly Canada. So when you're formatting your listings, you can easily, you ship to US, and then when it says international, it has a drop-down menu, and just click Canada. You can do calculated shipping, which is what I do. I weigh my items. I measure the package it's going to go into. So eBay charges them to collect postage. Then when you go to click for your shipping labels, everything is formatted beautifully for you, and you're ready to go. If you're feeling more adventuresome, certainly include countries like the United Kingdom, Australia. Again, those are all eDelcon countries. Now, I've gotten to the point, and I know many, many sellers now, I ship everywhere. And I even ship to countries without eDelcon tracking. Hang on a second, I was just looking at this list. For instance, where did I just ship to? For instance, Sweden, which is not on this list. I've shipped to Sweden. I find Scandinavia is just not an issue. I've never had a problem with a Scandinavian country. So definitely take a look at that. Comment more, M-O-R-E. And what I have is tips for you on how to increase your sales with various tactics that I have proven that work. Okay, so comment more, M-O-R-E, and you'll get those tips. But take a look at what countries you're shipping to. If you're shipping everywhere, yay, good for you. Take a look at what return policy is going to work for you now until we're able to differentiate between domestic and non-US. Again, I have found with international shipping, and again, when I started, I was nervous, and this is 9 or 10 years ago. And if you comment more, M-O-R-E, I'm going to send you more tips on increasing your sales. So I just started with Canada, UK. I think I did some Western Europe, so I probably did France and Germany and Australia. I ship a lot to Australia. I ship a lot to Canada. Lately, Scandinavia all of a sudden has discovered me. I'm like, yay, Scandinavia. Japan, I've shipped to Japan. I do that all the time. I don't think Japan's an eDelcon country. Hang on a second. No, Japan is an eDelcon country. Ship a lot to Japan. They love American goods. So definitely you want to be shipping to Japan. But if it makes you nervous, just block the non-eDelcon countries. If you're not aware of this, and if you're a newer seller, you may not be aware of this, is first class international goes up to 4 pounds. If only that was true in the United States, right? So just so you know, in the United States, first class only goes up to 16 ounces. Once you go over 16 ounces, then you're choosing between parcel, priority, express. Not true with international. It's up to 4 pounds, which is fantastic. So for a lot of countries under 4 pounds, it's going to be best for you to ship yourself, first class international. And again, just measure it, weigh it, and I put a postage calculator because that way if there's changes in the postal rates, eBay adjusts it and I don't have to figure it out. Now, one thing I would encourage you if you're shipping international, so again, back to my pen, because this is pretty lightweight, I do always do some kind of inner seal because it is traveling quite a distance. So I'd put this in some kind of clear bag or maybe some bubble wrap, and then inside the padded mailer or the poly mailer, however I'm shipping it. If I was going to ship this t-shirt, my nice eBay t-shirt, I would put it inside of, you know, a Ziploc or some kind of plastic sealing bag, and then inside the poly mailer. I ship clothes in poly mailers, but let's say you're using a padded bag. Let's say it's something going in a box. I always have some kind of inner seal, and then in the box, then in the poly mailer, then in the padded mailer, just in case it's going to get ripped or torn on the way. I don't want anything to happen to it. But international rocks, I find literally I can count my international returns on one hand, maybe one a year, if that. I don't even know about that. And I have had free returns on over 20 items for several months. I did get one return. This is like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, on a pair of boots. And I said to her, I said, really, you're probably better off just to sell it yourself. No, she didn't want to. She wanted to return it, and she paid for return shipping back to me. That's fine. I refunded her. I relisted them. They sold like a month later. Now, if the item is over 4 pounds, or if you're nervous, you're new, or let's say you sell a lot of expensive items, a lot of designer items, a lot of items that are highly breakable, it has lots of little edges and details to it, really take a look at eBay's global shipping program. You can opt right into it. You just Google eBay global shipping. When you opt in, you have the ability to immediately take all your listings and put them into eBay global shipping. And the thing with eBay global shipping, it does tend to be higher than shipping yourself. On some things it's lower because they've come a long way with eBay global shipping. But this is how it works. So let's say my pen was in eBay global shipping. It would sell, and all I'm liable for is to ship it to Kentucky. There's a shipping hub. And then from there, it's packaged, and then it goes to wherever it's going. I get the money like it's a U.S. listing. And then for the shipping to the country and the customs duty, the buyer's going to pay that. You are 100% covered. As long as the pen arrives in Kentucky, you're fine. If the pen then arrives in Germany, Japan, wherever, eBay deals with it. So then if the customer messages me, oh, Kathy, the pen arrived, it's completely smashed, I just have them open a case, that the item arrived damaged. eBay steps in and eBay refunds them. I keep my money. eBay covers me. So I know a lot of sellers that love doing eBay's global shipping. So take a look at that. And it's not one or the other. So you can do some items you ship yourself internationally, and then some items that you ship through global shipping. And comment more, and I'm going to give you some great tips on how to increase your sales. And what I actually talk about in the tips is how to take the information that you're getting through various sales sources and how to use it to source more products in ways that you may not have thought of. But it's a couple things that I've discovered that work really, really well for me. So that's what I want to tell you is right now, free returns does include international if you are listing the item to international places. It is totally up to you if you want to do free returns right now or not. Again, it's March 22nd. If you do not, then just hang tight until we have the ability to do a domestic policy and an international policy. I do have free returns on a bunch of things that ship internationally. For me personally, it has not been an issue so far. So I've left it alone. I figure, you know what? I'll lift it alone. But as soon as I'm able to differentiate the policies, I do plan on doing that. If you're not shipping internationally, jump in. If you're a little nervous, try Canada first. And you can just do that with the drop-down menu. If you want to ship everywhere but block certain countries, again, do that in My Account and then Site Preferences, and then it's shipping. And then it says that you can exclude certain places, and you can do that. What I find best with the excluding places, because everybody has opinions on this, is certainly if something's very expensive and valuable, I wouldn't even bother with the exclusion. I would just ship with global shipping. If I sell a lot of designer handbags, designer clothes, high-end electronics, I would definitely seriously look at global shipping because I want 100% protection. Otherwise, make the choice that's best for you. I use global shipping on some, and I ship myself on others. But for people that are shipping nothing internationally and then start to ship internationally, you will see a bump in sales usually within a week or two, depending on your item. Some people immediately, and some people it's a huge jump. Again, it depends on what you're selling. Let me just see how everybody's doing. Yes, comment more. You'll get more sales tips, M-O-R-E. Hi, Kay, good to see you. More I use the GSP. I like to ship to Canada. Don't know how to split it up. Excellent question, Marla. So what you're going to do is on your listings, the ones that you want to ship to Canada yourself is, so you're going to have two policies. So you're going to do ship to Canada. So you want to ship to Canada yourself and then everything else, global shipping, is that it? Just take a look at it. You'll scroll down, you'll do the drop-down menu for Canada, and then look at the global shipping. If you're just shipping to Canada and not anywhere else, when you scroll down, it has the little global shipping check mark. Uncheck it. Once you're in global shipping is always automatically checked. Uncheck it. Use the drop-down menu for Canada and just add it yourself. Okay, you guys? So expand your horizons. Look at countries. A very good friend of mine who ships globally, gosh, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I had a lot of countries blocked. And this seller sells a lot of high-end collectibles, does a lot of shipping, and just shared with me that honestly they had not had any issues recently. And I said, you know what? Let me try this. Let me see what happens. And I pulled all the stops, and I have been rocking it. And I think part of it is because some people are very nervous shipping to certain countries. But like, for instance, Scandinavia, I'm not kidding you. I've been rocking it with Scandinavia, and I've had no issues with them. They are great. They're appreciative. They are super, super, super buyers. Okay, what categories do I mostly sell in? Clothing, is it worthwhile to ship international? You sell clothing but not high-end clothing. Hi, Victoria. I sell a variety, and what I would suggest to you is it costs you nothing to ship internationally, especially if you're using the global shipping program. If it's more moderately priced items and you'd want to be shipping it yourself, then take a look at the countries that are eDelcon countries that you would have tracking. If you're new to it and just want to try a few countries, definitely try Canada because it's so close and the shipping's not a lot of money, so it's less of a barrier. When you start to ship to UK and to Australia, it's much, much higher. It's going to be costing them often, $15, $20, $25 shipping on items under 4 pounds. But if it's lighter items, it's popular items, check solds, see how popular the item is. But certainly add Canada in, and you can ship that yourself. Just use the shipping calculator and do the ounces, okay? So comment more, M-O-R-E, to get more tips on how to increase your sales. And again, expand your horizons. Take a look at the free return policy right now. And again, it's March 22nd. You cannot differentiate between domestic and international, so decide what is going to work for you now. As soon as we can differentiate, I will broadcast and let you know that. If you are just shipping US, absolutely try free returns now, especially on categories you don't get any returns on, and see how it goes for you. Do you get an uptick in returns, or does everything stay the same? If you're a top-rated seller, it's smart to test it now and see what the impact is going to be. And then you can make the best choice for yourself for the 10% discount, okay? And again, if you're not shipping internationally, go for it. Open your horizons. If anything, all you got to do is opt into Global Shipping Program and let them deal with everything for you. And then watch the uptick. Comment more, M-O-R-E, and I'll show you how to use some of your sales data to get you more sales. Okay, you guys? Great. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye.